So, topic of the day today is networking. And fortunately, I've been having a lot of conversations about it lately. How do you make time for it? What are different ways that you can do it? Today, we're going to talk about two things. One, why is networking so important? And what are a few things that you can do to up your networking game? First piece, I'll say, why is networking important? I had the opportunity to see Carla Harris from Morgan Stanley speak many years ago, but one of the things that she said that stuck out to me was keeping your head down and doing a good job isn't enough to grow your career anymore. You have to raise your head up and make contact and connection with the people around you. That visual was so strong to me that I have not forgotten about it, and I think it pertains really well to this conversation. Just working hard by yourself will only get you so far. Working hard with other people will get you much farther. That's what networking is about, is growing your ability, growing your potential, growing your success by working with people around you. So how do you do that unselfishly, effectively, in a way that feels authentic to who you are? Sometimes people don't like networking because they feel like they're asking for something. They feel salesy. You go to events and it's just, well, what do you do? Here's what I do. Here's business cards. And you almost leave feeling with a little bit of ick. I want to talk about how to network in a way that doesn't make you feel that way. So my first tip for better networking is to have the spirit of curiosity in what you do. I don't go to a networking event thinking, can I sell somebody something and what can I get from them? I go to a networking event thinking, who can I meet and what can I learn about them? I'm so curious about different people's jobs, their roles, how they got there, what else they do outside of their work. You never know what somebody brings to the table. And if you think about yourself, if somebody only asked you about what's your job right now, how much would they miss about you? They wouldn't know about your hobbies and your other talents and other things that you're involved in. So make sure you give people the opportunity to tell you their whole story. In return, likely, you're going to have the opportunity to tell your whole story. And that's where your strengths and your skills are going to start to find a match outside of just what you do every day. So my first tip is be curious with everyone that you're talking to. The second tip I have is get diverse in your mindset of what you consider to be networking. I think traditionally we think of a happy hour, a mixer, a BNI group. Those are all really great opportunities, but today there are so many more ways that you can network that you might not think of as traditional. So number one, and again, some of these are fundamental, but I want to add them to the list so that you really think broadly, how am I networking every day? How are you spending your lunch hour? Who are you eating lunch with? Friends, people that you work with, or people outside of your network that you can grow with? What are you involved in from a board or volunteer perspective? It doesn't mean you have to sign up for all of them, but can you volunteer for something? Can you go to an event for a nonprofit where you're going to meet people, get a different view of the community? You never know who will show up at those events. Volunteering for different things. I'll give you one that some of you may not love, or maybe you really love, but every event you go to for your child, you're surrounded by other working parents, and you already have something in common. You cared enough to show up for your kid. Find out what the parents of your kids' friends are doing. How can you support each other? How can you build connections that way? You might work together to support whatever event you're at and build a connection that way. So anywhere you go that you are connecting with people, if you apply tip number one and you're curious, then tip number two, diverse ways to network, will pay off in different ways. The other piece I'll add to it is that in today's world, LinkedIn, I can't say enough about. I have met so many people by being active on LinkedIn that it's not just social media. It is absolutely a powerful networking tool. Some of my most important contacts of the past 12 months have been made through conversations on LinkedIn. And they start as simple as replying to a comment that somebody makes on my post, or me commenting on someone else's and us starting a private message and ending up deciding to talk about it. Be an active LinkedIn user. When you think about LinkedIn, I want you to particularly think about If you're a salesperson, for example, is your footprint only Rochester or is it national? You'll use it a little bit differently based on where your footprint is. You'll use it differently based on if you're a remote worker or an in-office worker. You'll use it differently if you are a straight up salesperson or a business owner. Business owners should be connecting on everything about business ownership, not just business development. How can you share operational best practices? How can you give vendor referrals? How can you support the people that support you by introducing them to other people? So get diverse in your networking activities. The third tip that I'll give you, and this is kind of follows from my previous statement, become a dot connector. Sometimes people approach networking from a standpoint of what can I get out of it for me? What I love even more about networking are who are two people that I can introduce that needed each other, and I was able to figure that out. I'll give you an example. I was asked to participate in a board, and unfortunately the timing didn't work out for me. I was at another event where I met someone who is a perfect fit based on their prior personal and professional experience to support that board. Now I'm going to be able to introduce two people. I can't actually personally help either of them, but I know they can help each other. So become someone that is not only looking for connections for yourself, but look for connections for the people around you. It's not all about us. It's really all about the people that we're meeting. So those three big pieces to me about successful networking are curiosity, diversity in your methods, and becoming a dot connector. I will be shocked if applying those doesn't help you grow your business, your network, your professional skill set, and the resources that are around you. I believe that unselfish, authentic approaches to this creates karma in the workplace, and what goes around comes around. And BNI, the original networking group, they say givers gain, right? And that's still true to this day. We just have way more ways to do it with technology and different opportunities.